Special to the King's Little Deer. Today is Sing's birthday. I don't know how to describe my feelings toward this person because from the first step that I entered the Department of Emergency Medicine, Hia Singh had beaten me in the morning, noon, evening, and night. I guessed it was because Hia Singh hated me since I parked the car in front of his car at the party. But that matter was trivial. How did he hate me that much? Being a senior, he has to love and wish and teach a new student like me, like Hia Tin. I don't get it. So I had to come to the party in Hia Singh's room without being willing. If Hia Tin didn't invite and if Pin didn't come, I would probably choose to stay at home to prepare for the next morning's shift. Members now have Pong, Pipin, Pikung, Hiatin, and Hiasing. I raised my glass to drink while my eyes focused on Pipin's face. During the off-duty period, Pipin looks exquisite and bright. She's the most charming woman I've ever seen. I'm probably one of the dozens of men who think the same way. I've been trying to flirt with Pin for a while now. I knew I was just one of her choices, but it wouldn't hurt if I'd give it a try. Pipin looked up from the shabu pot and smiled at me. She's so cute. Suddenly, the grimace expression of Singharat intervened in the middle, cutting emotion. Gap, pork is going to run out. Go buy some at the shop across the street. I want to put my middle finger up, but as a junior, plus he is the birthday guy, I tried to hold my fingers down. Okay, Hia. I can go. Pipin stood up immediately, while Pitin looked at me and Pipin and smiled. No need, shouted Singharat. Pin, just finish your shift. Stay here. Gap, go buy it. I turned to smile at Pipin. It's okay. I'll go so that Pipin can rest. I stood up and turned to the door, stopped smiling and cursed behind Pising's back. When I got out of the room, I grumbled to myself. Gap, go do that. Go do this. Do you see me as a servant? He sure uses me a lot. I walked out of the room to the lift and waited. After a while, I heard the footsteps of people walking. I turned to see a tall figure standing with both hands in his pocket. Sharp eyes stared at me through glasses. His presence made me frown. Kia, why are you following me? To help you carry. When did I tell you that I would let you go alone? And the lift opened just right. Why are you standing still? Hurry up. I sighed and walked into the lift with Hia Singh. I've never felt so uncomfortable in a lift like this before in my life. When will the lift reach the ground floor? I couldn't stand being with the same person in a quiet and narrow place. Then Hia Singh broke the silence himself. Do you like pain? Huh? I said. Why did he ask? Looking from Mars, I know you like pain. And why do I have to tell you about it? Hia Singh just ignored my question, which made me cry out loud in my heart. Fortunately, the lift arrived at the destination. It made me free from being together with Hia Singh. I kept my distance from Singharat until the roadside. I was about to walk across the street, but suddenly Hia Singh's big hand grabbed my arm and pulled it so hard that I lost control and fell on him. He used his other hand to support me so that I didn't fall down. I felt a big car driving at high speed past us. Are you blind? Didn't you see the car? Singh yelled at me, causing me to panic, then hurriedly pushed himself back away from the other person. Thank you. I don't want to add more cases to the afternoon shift. Be careful next time. If you can't cross, then find someone to carry you across. Singh finished speaking and walked down the road. Come, the road is empty now, or do you want me to carry you? I want to go crazy. I walked across the road along with Singh Harat with a grimace on my face. Breathe, Cap. Soon you won't have to be together with him. Wake up. You have the morning shift with me. The pain from being slapped on the head and the sound of Hiatin trembled into my dream. Huh? I cried over in response, shifted my body a little, and continued to sleep. If you don't wake up, I'll tell the professor that you performed poorly and will end elective course enrollment days in a month. When I realized that this wasn't a dream, I bounced up and sat. You can't cut off the date of my elective course. Huh? Ethan smiled at me and walked out of the room. I raised my hand to rub my hair until it was a mess. I wasn't sure if I got drunk from liquor or sodium from the soup and the pork broth, but for sure, now there was a leg that was long and heavy of Dr. Singharat on my thigh, preventing me from getting out of bed. I couldn't remember how I ended up in bed with Hia Singh in this state, but nothing serious happened because he and Tin also slept here together. I turned to look at Singh inside. I really want to get out of here before he woke up. I tried to grab his legs and lift them lightly away. I haven't managed to move his legs out. Singharaj reached out and pushed me down and hugged me tightly as a bolster. Yeah! I cried out and wriggled in his arms that were as strong as an iron rod. I guessed I would have to ask for help. Yatin, help me! Silence. Yatin probably left the room already. Oh man! Turned to look at Hia Singh's face, who came so close to me that it was terrifying. Hia Singh still seemed to be sleeping soundly. My heart pounded until it almost jumped out of my chest. Yeah, let go! I have to be on duty in the morning! I said loudly, intending to wake the other person up. Singharat was still sleeping, plus sleep talking. Do you like pain, Gab? I widened my eyes. Why did he obsess with whether or not I like Pipin? You don't like me, do you? I stunned like my body was paralyzed for a moment. You don't like me? I won't let you like Pin either. Wait, what? He is saying you bastard. I struggled harder to get out of my embrace and stand next to the bed gasping for breath. I can only pray that what he is sleep talking will be because of drunkenness, not his intention. I quickly grabbed my bag and the long sleeved shirt that I had left on the floor, then walked out of the room as quickly as possible. You don't like me, do you? If you don't like me, I won't let you like Bin either. These words haunted my head all day. It seemed as though the owner of this sentence felt anything. It seemed that he didn't even know what he was saying, which was good. At least I can be sure that Hia Singh was sleep talking and it did not come from his feelings. So I turned my target to Pipin. I must hurry and flirt with Pipin before Hia Singh figures out what he was saying. Today I have an appointment ng Gap. Pipin smiled after I invited her to dinner. Sorry. Oh, really? It's okay. How about tomorrow? Pin has a troubled look on her face. Tomorrow? I'm on duty late at night. With doubt, I took a peek at Pipin's Facebook page in case she would upload pictures of the places she went, which was as expected. Someone else took her to a sumptuous dinner in an expensive restaurant. Someone is cutting me. I only have one person in mind, but still don't dare to decide. Until I found a picture of the same dish as Pipin on Singharat's Facebook the next day. Ask if I'm angry? Yes, I am. But I'm not someone who wants to wage war on anyone, especially Singharat, as soon to be medical teacher next year. If I choose to fight with him, my next year will surely be filled with woes. I will have to choose between women and peace in my life and my future. I will back off, but I ask for one thing. Don't interfere with my life anymore. But no, what happened after that was the complete opposite. That's why I no longer won't be the only victim anymore. Pipin dragged me out to calm down at the back of the accident and emergency building. She pulled the girlfriend badge from my hands and stared at my face with a displeased expression. Why did you do this? Because I like Pipin. No, Gab didn't do this because he liked me. He did it for something else. And did you know that it was bad to use me as a tool to defeat others? I'm a human being, not something that is meant to be usurped. Even though the tone of Pipin was gentle, I felt the frustration on her face. I didn't make eye contact with her. I know. Payne sighed. You're a very cute brother to me. I feel good about you. But for this situation, I would like to back off from the two of you. Probably the best. This must be a refusal from Pin, but surprisingly, I didn't have any regrets because Pacing himself wouldn't have Pipin as well. You don't like me, do you? Hissing, sleep-talking words flashed in my head again. I looked down for a moment before raising my head to look at the girl and giving her a bouquet of flowers in my hand. Pipin, please take this flower and I'm sorry for causing trouble for you. Payne took the flowers from my hand with a puzzled expression. I turned around and walked away. My brain was completely blurred. I could hardly process where I was walking. I asked myself many times how I am feeling right now. I was not disappointed, not mad, not sad. It seemed like in my head there were more and more questions. When I realized it, I drove to a restaurant where I knew there would be alcohol for me. My friends and I usually come here to celebrate. This was the first time I came here alone, but it's okay. My current state was too stubborn to meet anyone. I was deep in my thoughts, full of questions. Why did Hia Singh have to pick a fight with me? Why even if I backed off from Pipin, he still picked a fight with me. That time, why did he sleep talk in a strangely as if my face become hot all of a sudden? What's wrong with me? I didn't know how much time had passed because I didn't use my phone, not even answering calls from friends all over the world. My thoughts started to float away. At least the alcohol helps me not to stress about beeping and pacing for a while. When combined with live music and the atmosphere of the nightlight, I started to feel much better. Over there! Someone's voice called out. After that, I felt someone carry me and pull me out of my chair. I knew you must be here because we always come here together. Thank you. You don't have to carry him. I'll bring him back myself. This voice was. I turned my head, trembling, to look at the owner of the voice, but what happened next was blacked out. Goodbye. A feeling of vertigo hit me as soon as I opened my eyes. The morning sun shined through the sheer curtains and hit the familiar ceiling of the room. I blinked my eyes to think where this was, and how did I get here? I tried to get my dizzy head up and sat. I looked around the room. This room wasn't mine, but why was it so familiar? Hey, are you awake? A rude voice from Singharat sounded from nearby. I was startled and turned to look. The owner of the voice was doing a lazy stretch while lying down and then sat up. But that was still not as shocking as his condition right now. This was the first time I saw his body in full view. He was a big guy which came from the bundles of muscles that were tightly packed under the clothes. I hurriedly looked down to see mine and found that I wasn't any different from him. All I had left was my underwear. What the? I quickly grabbed a blanket and hugged it to hide my body. I looked at him with a shocked expression on my face. Yeah! Gap, I took you, was drunk like a dog, back to the room safely for the second time. You still haven't thanked me yet. Singh opened his mouth wide yawn. I slept late because I had to drug you home. And why didn't you bring me to my dorm? I asked in a stuttering voice. Singh Harat laughed. You couldn't remember anything? I was stunned for a moment. Remember? The senior doctor sighed. You were drunk. I was going to take you to your dorm, but you refused and you said you wanted to talk to me. Singh reached out to grab his phone on the bedside table. I knew you wouldn't believe your action. Here, look. I took Kia Singh's phone. On the screen, there was a clip that seemed to have happened last night. I sat in the passenger seat next to the driver, drunk. Kia Singh reached out to shake my shoulder. Gap, you bastard, what did you say? Say it one more time. Yeah, you psychopath. No, I asked what you just said to me. Yeah, you used to ask me why I didn't like you. I'll answer. I really hate it. I didn't like being teased and I didn't like when you forget the thing you said. So how did you feel about me, huh? Have I ever said that to you? Yeah, you stopped talking. And if I told you, would you be shocked? About what? I want you to be mine. I got goosebumps from head to toe when I saw myself in the clip smiling. Then do it. If you dare take me to your room. Yeah, this. I pointed to the phone in Singharat's hand with a shocked expression. But I was drunk, literally drunk. Don't take the words of a drunk person seriously. So, Hia believed in you took me to. I knew you were drunk. Singharat moved closer to me, and I hurriedly backed off to the head of the bed. So I. Hia Singh looked down slowly and then swept his eyes through my body, then looked up at me and said nothing. There was only a mysterious smile on the corner of his mouth. I felt my heart beating fast. My face was so hot. So I took off your clothes and wiped your vomit and washed it for you, you bastard. I raised my hand to point at his face and shouted, I don't believe it! Then why did you take yours off? Normally, I sleep without wearing clothes. If you can't take it, it's your business. Here, look. Flump. Singharat opened the blanket. I immediately raised my hand to cover my eyes because I didn't want to see his little guy. But actually, Singharat was wearing a boxer. Even so, I still felt distrustful. Hia Singh raised his hand, so I hurriedly ducked because I thought he was going to hit me. But he actually put his hand on my head and stroked it. If I did that when you were drunk, I was an asshole. Let me do it when you are not drunk. I felt hot all over my face. I brushed off his hand. It won't happen. Go away. Singharat looked at my face. His facial expression gave me a strange feeling in my chest. I just realized recently that I like it when you look at me. When you react to my words. The reason I tease you was that I wanted you to pay attention to me. I felt mad when you tried to flirt with someone else other than me. I was shocked like a rock for a moment. And what should I do? You just stay still. Let me flirt with you. And when you like me, you can become my boyfriend. Okay? Wait! Okay, well then, I reserved you. I've already told everyone that I reserved you. No one can mess with you. Singharat smiled evilly at me and picked up the phone to show me a picture, which was a selfie photo of Hia Singh secretly kissing my cheek when I was asleep without realizing it. Oh my god, I'm going crazy! I sat still and asked myself if I was okay with what happened. If not, just tell him. Then I ran away and asked for help from Hiatin. But when I thought about it again, the answer was actually the opposite. Why did I get embarrassed when I looked at Hia Singh's face? More embarrassed than when I looked at Pin again. I must be crazy, or did Hia Singh drug me? Gap! Gap! I, who was writing the chart, hurriedly turned to the person running toward me. Eden came to a stop, gasping for breath in front of me. Gap, you need help? Sing forced you, right? You can tell me. I won't let this kind of thing go. Sing has to be taught in some lessons. He showed a worried face. It's nothing, Mia. How could it be nothing? Sing was... How would I explain it to Pitin? That what was happening now was not that what others understood. I wasn't able to say anything yet. The other party came straight to me. Pitin looked up and folded his arms with a serious expression on his face. Why are you looking at me like that, Tin? Singharat asked with a sly smile. Pitin stared at Pising's face fiercely. I'm not afraid of you, Sing. I still say the same thing. You have to quit messing with Gap. If this problem isn't resolved and it makes him suffer, ashamed, and lose focus on studying, the matter that you threaten Nong will reach the professor. Singh laughed. You think you know everything, but actually you're not, Tin. Why don't you use your time to do something else rather than help people? Shit, two head residents have started a war, and it was all about me. I looked around the room and found that many staff stopped to look curiously, including Nurse Aim and Nurse Toy. If these two fight in the middle of the emergency room because of me, it won't be a good thing. I hurriedly rushed in, separated the two apart, and stood in the middle. Kia, stop! I shouted. Kia Singh and I were talking. I heard a little scream from Pitoy. As for Pitin, he made a face that he didn't understand. Talk about what? Talk as in talking stage. Singarat burst into laughter. Are we still in talking stage? He raised his hand to rub my head and wrapped it around my shoulder, then turned around to look at Tin like a winner. Is it clear, Dr. Tin? Pitin was on his knees and Nurse Aim had to push a chair for him to sit. Gab, is this true? Singh raised his hand to cover his mouth, yawning. What is clear doesn't need to be explained further. It will be a waste of time. Now, send me the shift. I really wanted to apologize to the witness who had to come to know these things. Everyone must be confused, including me as well. I hope everyone will forgive the chaos between me, Pipin, and Hiasing. After this, I promise that the situation will return to peace because I have been caught in the trap of the king. End of special 2. The King's Little Deer.